Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the live stream today. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. I really appreciate it. To my members, I say welcome and thank y'all for y'all support. Timothy Osborne, welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community. Appreciate it, man. I'm going to start calling my community the fourth quarter. So welcome to the fourth quarter. We're going to start having some fun on that channel. Any new viewers and subscribers, welcome. All my old heads, there's Doubtful Genius. What's up, Jeffrey Tatter? And the NTZ crew, Jacob Tyne, J. Michael Beach Alive. He says, I hope the guest makes it on to tell his story. I do too, man. I really do. I warned him that we can be tough on here. What's up, Eric Terry? He said, I'm still in Manila, man. I know. You missed that tune-up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I told you a long time ago, it's addicting. Chief, what's up? You know, we always have a topic. The topic is, was the juice worth the squeeze? SD, he asked me, could he come on the live stream and tell his story? Maybe he can help somebody. And in accordance with the video I did today, he's a grown man. He don't have to explain anything to us. He wants to give that woman 700,000 more pesos. He can do it. It's his life, but he wants to do it, and I'm going to allow him to. I sent him the link. He's on the West Coast, so it should be 6:30. I told him to click the link, and I'll let him into the studio. Man, the peso is creeping back up. It's 57.23, and, you know, that's always good news. What's up, Clint Dow? I saw where you made that Facebook post about they don't like foreigners in Palawan. Maybe that's because there's so many damn foreigners going there. I don't know. It kind of surprised me. What's up, Matt? He says, hello, everyone from Arkansas, 3 days to Memphis, Tennessee. I was stationed in NAS Memphis, which is right outside Memphis in Millington, Tennessee. I want to say it's 40 miles, maybe less. He says at the fourth quarter of the 2-minute warning. We don't really know one-click videos because you know how much money you got in the bank, but you don't know how much time you got left. No one does. For some of us, it is the 2-minute warning. But I played football, and the fourth quarter signifies a couple of things. Number one, the game's almost over. The fourth quarter belongs to us, but at the same time, we going out strong. One-click videos, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. We've worked our whole entire lives for this moment, man. Don't waste it. Don't squander it. Sitting around complaining and everything. Hey, Uncle Manny says, I hope to get a chance to meet you when I'm in Cebu. Yeah, let me know. What's up, Golden Gate? Yeah, more power to him. He said, somebody send me 700,000. It would be nice. But let's talk a little bit about the video I made today before he comes on, because I may have to get into my, let me plug up my computer real quick, because I may have to remind him, because this is going to get interesting. This is really going to get interesting if he comes on here, man. Because I warned him, I said, don't justify it. I said, because if you justify it, my members will eat you alive. He said, thank you for these live streams. I can only catch the start, but I listen to the replay as I walk. Hey, thank you, man. What's up? Yeah, a lot of football games on. They'll be watching. I know you're going to be watching Dion later. One of my subscribers is going to the game. He's from Houston, Texas, and he's there now. He bought 2 tickets, man. Guess how much it was? $652. And he said, and those are nosebleed seats. Because I was wondering, I was like, man, how in the world did you even get a seat? How'd you even get any tickets, man? Because that's sold out. I hope he's taking a woman with him. Because he said that it costs more than his first round trip ticket when he came to the Philippines. I was like, wow, it's expensive to go to them damn games. Well, let's see what's going on. Okay, let's see. All right, wait. Well, I'm trying to message him. What's up, you dirty puppy? Thanks for that super sticker, man. How you been doing? I see where BYU won big. And I saw where Utah got upset, and then hell, Utah State got beat up pretty bad. I can't get into my message board over here for some reason. He said the squeeze from the juice had a lot of vitamins. Yeah, it's a lot of games coming on. Honey, can you get into your phone and get into the Sunshine Shoulders messenger? I want to message this guy and see if he's coming on. Or maybe he done chickened out. Because we're going to put him on the hot seat. I am. He said, I've known my lady friend for 17 years. You guys make me feel cheap. Well, you know, a lot of us, like you and me, man, we're in the fourth quarter, man. We can't worry about what people think about us. If he wants to give that woman 700,000 more, he can. You dirty puppy says, I'm into it 10 million pesos after all these years. Is that all? I know you spent what, 6 million on the house, but that's a lot. But you know, you're a grown man. If you feel that the juice is worth the squeeze and the 10 million is well, here it is. Okay. Let me do this real quick. Then more power to you. I'm not gonna criticize you for that. I'm telling them to click the link and join us. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm up there. I'm way up there. I'm about 2.5 million over here just in this, you know, Booby's birth, you know, bills, you know, the house, maybe more than that, man. You know, I'm being conservative. You know, but people, they always lie about that. They always lie about their contribution to the Philippine economy. It's like, you don't have to lie about it. We know you're lying because you're not coming over here for free. He says, okay, 5 years with 6 kids, it is 20 million. But you got it, you dirty puppy. You got it like that. Eastern Dreamer says, hey, Cal, hope your weekend's going well. It is, man. I was feeling down a little bit yesterday, man. And I had to remind myself that this is what a lot of people look forward to. They just don't have the courage to do what we do. They don't have the resources, either one. But now I can get up when I want to, go to bed when I want to. I'm headed to Dumageddon in the morning. I can just live life on my terms, man. I think I earned that. He said, I used to live right down the street from K-State Stadium. Don't miss Fort Riley, Kansas at all. I met some great people. Duty station was donkey. Yeah, they're playing in Colorado though tonight. He said college football games are better than the NFL. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, once they legalize that sports betting, man, it's just a lot of shit that's going on, man. And people aren't even questioning it. They're not even putting two and two together. You know, that Alabama losing to Vanderbilt. Come on, man. He says, I won't, Cal. Some men can't lose a penny and blame the Filipina. Then there are real men who stand up, who stand on their own loss. Go out there and get some more money. They're not crying about their loss. I just want to make it clear that we're not responsible, man. You're not obligated. We feel obligated to give our money away and take care of women. Y'all think I'm playing, man. I wish I could show you just an email that I got today from a guy. He's asking me how much money should he give the girl and her family. He asked me, is 500 too much? And I'm like, you don't have to give her anything, man. What makes you think you got to give her something? This is a $64,000 question. He said, I seen 100 a month, guilty as charged. But why do we do it though, guys? Nobody's telling us why. You're just saying that you do it. Well, why do you do that, Matt? Do you feel guilty? Do you is it sympathy? What is it? He said, I just spent $1,400 on a new sofa for my lady. She's taking care of me while I'm battling cancer treatment. You know, I'm lucky. Yeah, you're fortunate. Because a lot of times when you get sick like that, man, they go on to the next one. He said, that damn furniture's expensive. There's nothing in my house over 300, man. The only thing is my aircon systems. I may have paid a little bit over 300 for my bed, but the bed in the guest house, I didn't. It was almost 13,000, but that's a real mattress and box spring. He said, University of Miami been amazing. Yeah, they were lucky to win. That was bad coaching on California's part. There's no way Miami's supposed to lose that game. You know, it's just I just don't get it, man. It's too much of that going on now that these sports betting is legal. He said, shit, I lost more on financial decisions out here, rentals, essentials, etc. What's up, Don? Yeah. He said, hope all is well. It is. He said, charity in our lives pleases us. Yeah, now you dirty puppy said over the last, what'd you say, 5 years, you spent about 20 million. Because hell, I know that car is nice. And you put a new engine in it. That thing is purring around town now. I see your wife from time to time. No, they won today. Alabama barely won today. I watched the highlights. They won 27-25. Yeah, Louisville won today. Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, we're just kind of shooting the breeze until he comes on here, but put a 1 in the comments if you agree with this statement that I wrote. At some point, you have to respect the right of a grown man to make his own decisions. You know, why do we always find ourselves explaining to people? I know when I go home, I'm going to get questioned. like I'm a little boy, like I'm 11 instead of 61. When is that going to stop, man? Hey, Adventure Seeker, thanks for that super chat. He says 17 more days on the hamster wheel, then it's done. Starting with a few weeks in Thailand and Bali, then 3 months scouting trip in the Philippines. Can't wait to meet you, Cal, the man, the myth, the legend, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Man, I was just, I belong to the group Brothers and Sisters in Thailand. And it's a very attractive black woman, man. She's on there and she says, I live in Bali, but I'm on my way, I guess, doing a visa run to Thailand. And, you know, you probably doing yourself a favor by going to those places first. You know, I saw where uh, that Philippines life, he was talking about buying land and getting ready to build a house by the beach. And somebody in the comments said, I don't know why y'all like that place so much. You just get it, man. Me and John Smulo was talking about this in Cebu. And you can't really put it in words, man. You just either get it or you don't here. It's just something that it's like a knowing when you come here. It's like, okay, I get it. I like it. I'm going to stay. But some people, they always sitting there trying to figure it out. And, they complicate it. And they say, why am I here? They start complaining and all the infrastructure and this and that. And pretty soon they're out of here. DJ Lord Buck, he said, hey, Cal, foreign husband, gives his Filipino wife an allowance, and she pays her rent in the province, and he lives someplace else. Do you think this is healthy for a relationship? Well, the key word there is wife. If you marry her, then you're responsible. But I always say it all the time, man. I'm not going to put a woman up in a place if I'm not there with her. It's just too much of this I got a Filipino boyfriend shit going on over here. Y'all guys don't understand how big that is. Remember, these women are pretending a lot of times. When you're older like that and she really not into you, she's pretending. And she's got a Filipino boyfriend. Okay, the gym that we go to, man, it's attractive Filipino. I mean, she works out hard, like Marilyn. I was shocked. Marilyn told me, yes, she was married to a foreigner. And they got divorced. I'm like, well, why did they get divorced? That's because he found out about her Filipino boyfriend. And I'm thinking, she looked so innocent. She looked like somebody that wouldn't even do that. But this man, her husband, man, it's how cold it can get, was financing the boyfriend, the new iPhone, the whole 9 yards, guys. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it, man. I'm not going to do it. I'm telling you, I wouldn't do it, guys. Hey, what's up, W? Secrets of Success here, Carl. You're just missing the excitement of Cebu and chatting, hanging with a few Americans. You'll be all right over there. That has a lot to do with it, man, because the foreigners here, man, we're all locked up underneath the woman. They won't come out underneath the woman. Um, the other day, Gail from G5 Family said, hey, Cal, let's meet over here to the restaurant and, talk about, YouTube and this and that. And I agreed to do it, man. But I'm going to tell you something. It was after my live stream, man, and I got sleepy. So I said, hey, man, give me a rain check. I apologize. But that's rare. That's very rare that something like that happens. But yeah, me and John Smulo, we was talking, man. We talked for about an hour. Then some other guy walked up who recognized us, and he started talking. He lives in Malaysia. He goes back and forth from Malaysia to the Philippines, mainly Cebu. He's been gone for 2 years. He never went back home yet, but he said next year, because we're the same age, he's going to go home and file for his Social Security in person. You can do it online, though. He says, I admit it, Cal. I got 3 Filipino girlfriends, and I give them nothing. They send me money. Yeah, I don't believe that. He said these dudes be too desperate for female companionship. That's why they always getting played. I have no idea. I don't know why we feel obligated, but we all do it. Some more than others, because some people have more money than others. You know, I was listening to something today that made a lot of sense. You know, people want to act like they're shocked at what Diddy and all these Weinstein and Epstein are doing, right? And what the super rich do. He said, it's because we don't have the money that they got. A lot of us would be doing the same shit they're doing if we had that money. And it's the same thing with sending money. You're only sending a little bit because you only have a little bit, is the way I look at it. But either way, whether you send a little bit or a lot, it's the same. To them, it's a lot. And you're opening up that Pandora's box, man. You can never close that. But if the juice is worth the squeeze, then who are we to tell you? But put a one in the comments if at some point you have to respect the right of a grown man to make his own decisions. Like, why do I always have to explain myself? If I want to divorce a woman I've been with for 25 years, why you gotta ask me why? If I want to send a woman, 700,000 pesos, why you gotta ask me why, man? I right here I wrote, in my humble opinion, it's disrespectful to ask a man at this stage in his life why. Because no matter what our explanation is, it's not going to be good enough. See, when our family do go home and they say, well, why was you gone so long? It ain't going to matter. Whatever I say, they're not going to believe it. Okay? Because right here I said, watching 67, 70, 80-year-old men apologizing is sad. It is, man. At some point, we have to reach a stage in our life, man, where people got to leave us alone, man. Let me come and go as I please. He said, yeah, 12,500. Yeah, that's a lot. For us, we may look at it like that, Joe. But to him, he said he's still waiting. Because, see, people they really can't face the music. That's why he hasn't come yet. If he comes, I'll be really shocked. But maybe because he's on the West Coast, I don't know. I just want him to come on here because we're going to ask him why. Laura says, live life, enjoy, be kind, and just quit worrying about so much stuff. That's right. I agree with you, Laura. Now, Laura's got a YouTube channel, everybody. What's the name of your channel, Laura? Because I'm going to have her on as a guest. Oh, here. Oh, come on, man. You're on here some kind of way, SD. Come on, man. Come on here. He says, hello, all. My phone was destroyed in an accident this afternoon, which threw everything off. I would try to connect with you at a later time. Come on, man. What are you connecting with right now? But I understand. The show's going to go on, man. But I'm disappointed. Because you asked me. Like I reached out to you. You asked me, could you come on and tell your side of the story to try to help me in? Now all of a sudden your phone is destroyed. But you contacting me some kind of way. You're on here some kind of way. All you got to do is click that link, man. Come on here and get it over with. Because he had an issue with me saying it was over 2 weeks. It stemmed from the 2 weeks he was with the woman. And the freak off, that's the reason. Because I told him, I said, hopefully you didn't send all that money before you ever met her. But it did. It was based on that 2 weeks that y'all were together. He said it was over 8 or 9 months. Hey, like I said, you can justify it all you want. The fact is you sent the money and it's your business. Hey, let's hit the like button, guys. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, he's in a safe space, man. He's in his own house. No, that is the real SD. Because um, that's the same profile pic he's got. I'm just disappointed, man. Guys, okay, y'all see what happened the last time. I bring the guy on to tell his story, and then he calls me back, messages me back like crazy. Oh, take it down. The people are so, nasty, this and that. Yeah, because see, the thing is, people can't handle the scrutiny, man. That's why we do it from the safety of our home. We're anonymous, sending all that money. He said, any man that is a long distance relationship doesn't make him a sucker. He was already a sucker before he got into an LDR. There are plenty of suckers who fly there and get suckered. Well, if you're in an LDR, you're a sucker. Some guys, everybody comes over here is not a sucker, but that's a sucker move right there. Because it nullifies the unspoken agreement. Now only you are holding up your end of the bargain. She's not. If you're sending money back over here, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, it doesn't make sense. See, I was telling a guy, it may have been even John Smulo or somebody. I'm saying, sometimes I feel funny even telling these stories. In my humble opinion, Filipinos should be telling these stories, but they're not going to go all the way in and tell you the full story. So it kind of forces us to do it. Because I was talking to Kaj yesterday. It's like they have so much more content that they can give us, but they just refuse to do it. They want to stay in the same subjects as a foreigner. And I'm like, what about all the cheat codes? What about the history? What about the insider secrets, the shortcuts, and all that y'all could teach us about? They won't do it. Oh, you think it is? I don't believe it. I think it is him. Because a troll would usually say something more ignorant than that. But, because if his phone got destroyed, how is he on here now? You could be right, Beach of Life. No, she's over here. And see, because I asked him, I said, hey, y'all still together? And he said, but we're still friends. And he said, I'm not going to lie, we're still talking. So, he's probably still sending money. They said, don't lose credibility by flaking, man. He should know most of us have all made a mistake of some sort. That's right. He said, life is short. And let me remind him that no one cares for real. We don't really care. So later on after this live stream is over, we're going to forget all about that. Yeah, we're going to forget all about that. He said, 700,000. Thanks for that super chat, C Money. Oh my God, I've been there, man. Gave her a fortune. Yeah, that's a fortune over here. Everybody's talking about, it's only 12,500 or whatever it would be with the peso being 57.23. You can't look at it like that over here. It's 700,000 pesos. Even if she earned 10,000 pesos a month, what would that be? 70 months? That's over 5 years. That's 5 years would be 60 months. That's almost 6 years of toil from 10 to 12 hours a day. And he just giving it to her like that? Yeah, he said Filipinos are not going to give up the game. But it's not so much just the game. Yeah, they're not going to give up. I don't blame them really. But I'm just saying they got so much more that they can give us that they just won't give us though. They still want to talk about transactional relationships, girlfriend experience, dating, what the Filipino wants, what she likes in bed, and all of that, man. It's like y'all hold the key to all of this in your hand. You could take your channel to a whole other level. He says, I'm happy every day. $100 a month for a 15-minute FaceTime daily motivates me for my daily walk. Money well spent, even if nothing comes of it. I've seen her 3 times in person. Yeah, and like I said, if you think it's worth it, who am I to say it's not? But I'm just asking you why you send it, though. Why do you think you're responsible for sending it? Is that your girlfriend? And even if it is, why do you think you're obligated to take care of her? Because that's a lot of money. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. He said that's why we need to really keep the support group going strong. That's right. But here's the thing: when people get over here, they don't use the support group. If we have for the most part, like we should. I mean, if you're here 2 weeks, I would say hook up with the support group or somebody. At least one day you're here out of that 2 weeks. Oh, okay. It's a cow. The reason why I think it's a troll is because the chat history of their user shows no messages, as if that was the first message they ever put in the chat. Well, I think it is on the chat, Beach of Life, but on the comments, go into my video where I talked about his case, Beach of Life, and click on that profile. You'll see he's made some comments, but maybe not the chat. He said, my son's mother gets 36,000 pesos a month. Well, that's your son, though. You got skins in the game. This guy, he was paying an older woman at that. He's only 44. The only time I ever dealt with an older woman like that, when I was as young as him, because I was 45 when I came over here, was the very first time I came. After that, the lady put me down on the game over here, the 41-year-old. She said, what are you doing with an old woman like me? Somebody your age usually deals with younger women. I didn't know it. She told me. So I started dating them young. Yeah, everybody's, that's all. It's like, lady, don't you realize what you could really talk about that I don't even know to talk about? Because I'm telling you that I know more about dating than they do, but it's just coming from them because they're a woman. But I know more about dating than any of them women as far as the foreigner Filipina dynamic is concerned, because they won't even talk about their own relationship, how they met. I mean, if you're going to talk about it, then talk about it. How they met. What y'all do on the first day? Did you get it on the first night? They're not going to tell you any of that stuff. Okay, they want you to read between the lines or whatever it is. He said, if you can't afford 12,000, well, I'm talking about just to give to somebody, William. He said, then you're going to be living the life of what you spend. He says, I'm 61. I've never sent a woman money. But you paid. Like you bought the couch. You spent money on women. But have you dealt with a woman overseas? See, that's, you wouldn't have any reason to send money if all the women you're dealing with is right there. You said you taking women out, spent $200 on dinner or something like that. It's really the same thing, except you're right there with the woman, which makes a whole lot more sense than sending it through the wire over here. Yeah, as if we don't know this stuff. As if we don't know this stuff. Why do Filipinos date older men? I mean, come on, they can do a whole lot more than that, but we don't demand it. Yeah, he said it's not just the Philippines. Most, if not all, relationships are transactional. Well, I would say conditional. I guess that would be, there's conditions. He said, I like your terminology better. The unspoken agreement is worldwide. Nothing from nothing equals nothing. What's up, Mike? Well, see, y'all justifying this. You're sugarcoating it, man. There's no way that a man's supposed to send that kind of money over here. Yeah, it's transactional, but you got to understand there is no transaction going on. The transaction is him sending money. He's not getting anything in return. So he pushed back when I said, "Oh, he sent it over 2 weeks." It stems from the 2 weeks. So if that's all he spent with her was 2 weeks, then yeah, the 700,000 was for 2 weeks. That's not transactional. It's not a fair exchange, certainly. I mean, I don't understand why y'all sugarcoating that. That's a one-way transaction. A lot of these men are not even seeing these women. This guy's sending millions of pesos over here that's never seen the woman before. Because we sugarcoat it, we justify it, and we're grown men, you can do it, okay? You don't have to explain to me. I'm just telling you that it's happening. That we're, in some cases, that's why I tell our side of the story. In some cases, we're getting beat like a damn drum. There's women over here marrying us. Okay, so we feel we got skins in the game. Oh, let me build a house. Let me buy a piece of land, a car, whatever it is. And then she's dealing with somebody else, or dumps us, keeps, the house and lot, moves to the next person, and keeps moving like that. Because we don't want help, though. We don't want to help. It's different over here than you taking some woman out that you met in your country. That's transactional. This shit ain't transactional. Yeah, it's a one-way transaction. He said she's busy decorating the Christmas tree right now. We haven't put ours up yet, but it's coming. RBJR 150. He said the test is bringing her home to see how she is in your country for a while. Yeah, it's a big test, though. That's a big test. You don't have to do that. See if it's true love. If she leaves, she leaves. But now you know. No, you don't have to do that. Man, you know how much it costs for you to bring her home. Yeah, like it's just easy to do that. That's the worst piece of advice ever. If she's gonna run off, she's gonna run off over here. You don't have to bring her over there. And all the hoops you gotta jump through to get her over there. And by the way, once you get over there, she's there. Whether you marry her or not. I'm sorry. He said, I'm not going to date an older woman ever again. I got my passport and I can go all over the world and find a young lady. Yeah, a lot of guys was shocked that he was only 44 and he's dating a 43-year-old woman. Like he's marrying, she's old. No matter how young she looks, when you look at a woman's hands, you can tell how old she is. He said 100 seems like a small amount for a dose of daily attention, but remember this, guys. If 500 is the daily wage, then the 15-minute phone call equals to 760 pesos an hour. She's making more than daily wage. Yeah, I'm just saying, if he feels like it's worth it. He says, I'm 85,000 pesos deep into it myself. He said, no more for me. Hey, William, thank you. He said, most of us seek love, companionship, a person we want to feel they care. So it works for many and a win-win in the Philippines, but be wise and keep enough money to return home and live. It just, when y'all talk about transactional and being conditional, I get it, but we're doing too much too soon. Is all I'm saying. Before you even know any of that, certainly when you come over here looking for love, you're tightening the noose around your neck, Laura, because you're never gonna know if somebody loves you. Whether it's here or in your home country, you just don't know. People don't even love themselves, and we expect them to love us. And then what's your definition of love to everybody out there? It's going to be different from her definition. No two people have the same definition of love. Now, trust and respect, those are like, ironclad things that you can actually have. But see, everybody's not a simp, though. We got to find another word. Everybody's not a simp. Some people get food. But everybody's not a simp. I mean, that's just too broad of a term. That's right. A transaction is when both parties receive something. He received it for 2 weeks. That's it. She received it, he claims, for 8 or 9 months. So it's not a transaction. He said, Cal would never send a woman money overseas. A woman must earn it. Never leave with your wallet. I'm the prize. Yeah, you're the exception, too. But remember, it's easy for you to say that, Retire 2019, because you've never dealt with a woman over here. It's best to keep yourself out of that game. If you don't come into the game, you can make statements like this. But I'm sure there's other men who said the same thing as you. You got to understand, Retire 2019, everybody that comes over here is not a simp, but they end up spending money. Something happens over here. Does it make us fools to do that? That's subjective. He said, well, the Philippines is cooking, cleaning, washing clothes. I'm doing sitting around being treated like a king. Perhaps I wouldn't mind giving a few pesos. Well, before you even see her, though, she's not doing all that. DJ Lloyd Buck. That's in the long run. She's probably not even going to do that the first 2 weeks you come over here. Hey, Ryan, he says, would it be better to date a single young woman without children, and won't she want children eventually? I guess. But remember, it's everybody's preference. Men who say that they won't date single women, man, it's a difference when they come over here. Look at a lot of these vloggers, okay? The only reason the woman can't have children is because the man is either got a vasectomy or she can't have children. Other than that, they're always single women. And they're always single mothers. The majority of them. You know, some guys that come over here and date a woman with 5, 6, 7 children. It was. It was. I think he's come to his senses. That's why he doesn't want to come on here today. He knows that he doesn't realize he's really in a community where, you know, we're going to delegate and we're going to keep people really off his back. You know, I'm not going to read the questions where people are really stinging into him. I'm not going to let anybody mistreat him. But, you know, he reached out to me. He said, hey, let me come on there and talk about it. Maybe I can help somebody. Yeah, she's 43. But the guy who wrote me today, you know, he's like, how much should I give her? I mean, don't give her nothing. What makes you think you're obligated to give her anything? How much is a good price for her and her family? I'm like, dude, you starting way out on the wrong foot. He says, I believe you pay one way or the other, but no advance payments. I pay as I go, whether it's in the US, the Philippines, or Vietnam. Yeah, you're going to have to pay because, okay, just like Retire 2019 says, okay, the woman doesn't have any money. So if you start fooling with a woman over here, you're going to pay by default. You're going to buy everything by default. If you want to take her to Baraka, if you wanted to come to Baraka with you, you're going to have to pay for that. She can't pay for it. When you take her out to dinner, same thing. If you want her to wear a nice bikini on the beach, you got to buy it. All this, I'm not going to spend any money on a woman, that's foolishness, man. Not over here, it's foolishness. You might as well not even come over here. They don't understand that. The game has already been established long before we were born. It's just how it is. He says, I think it is. Maybe a man finds he can treat a woman special. The money goes farther. He can feel appreciated. It makes him feel better. Dating in the USA is expensive. He is like a savior to her. Yeah, but I think you're missing the point, Laura. A lot of us are sending money over here without ever meeting the women. And then when we do meet them and go back, having only met her one time, this guy spent 700,000 pesos on a woman he only met one time. He's sending back, oh, my mother's in the hospital. My child needs medicine. And on and on and on. What makes him think he's responsible for that? That's all we're saying. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But I'm over here. I'm bringing Maryland along with me. Whatever I spend, I'm benefiting from it. I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm sending millions of pesos over here sight unseen. That's crazy. He's a ghost now. Yeah. It's just a shame. But, you know, I'm going to see if he's deleted himself from my Facebook. If he did, then I know uh, that you're right. But see, here's the guy that I'm a. Yeah, I think he's gone. Let me see. Because when I click on his profile, it goes blank. Let me see. I'm trying to call him. He didn't answer. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh well, maybe we'll get some people who aren't afraid to show their face, man. You know, men, we become cowards, man. We become cowards, man. We hide behind these profiles, and these computer screens. You know, we talk about people, we fight people behind the scenes. We're afraid to move. We live in these hesitant, halting lifestyles, man. He says as long as the money keeps coming in. But I don't get it. He reached out to me. Who's to say the story's even real now? If he's ghosting everybody. But I believe it's real. I believe it's real. He says, I'm pretty sure that he's watching you right now. He needs to come in the panel and explain himself. Yeah. But, I can't knock him. If he don't want to come, okay, that's fine. But don't, reach out to me, because he act like he was insulted because I said, hey, over 2 weeks. Dude, it happened. It stemmed from that 2 weeks. So he wanted to make it clear. He went in the comments and said that. Just to dispute what Calvin said, it wasn't over 2 weeks. It was 8 to 9 months. So then I messaged him and I said, hey, man, don't justify it because they'll eat you up in these comments. I said, it stems from those 2 weeks y'all spent together. Otherwise, I hope you didn't send all that money over here before you ever met her. Yeah, everybody knows why he did it. That's right. That's right. Yeah, the message is clear, crystal clear. I would say, unless you got skins in the game, like Larry Lindsay, he got a son over here. So he's sending $36,000 a month, which is a nice living over here for his son. Are you married and you're over here with the woman? You're gonna spend money. But if you're just sending money over here, buying houses and all that, you're not married. In some cases, some of the women that we're dealing with over here, they're already married. So you have to put the name of whatever you buy in somebody else's name. We jump through all them hoops when it's not even necessary. I promise you, man, if I thought that I had to spend to keep a woman, man, I don't think I would do it. I know I've been over here long enough that I know if I'm with a woman, I'm going to have to pay for the bills and everything. Okay? But if I really thought that Maryland was only with me for my money, I don't think I'd be here. If that was all it was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but this is what I meant from the beginning, Beach of Life. He didn't have to explain, but my thing is, why would you tell me that and then you have me put it in the title and everything to get people excited because they like to hear stories like this, but they like to hear from the horse's mouth. I respect it too, but why don't you just say that? Don't say, oh, my phone is messed up and everything like that. That's all I'm saying. It don't matter how much American money, 700,000 Filipino money, 700,000 pesos. That's like 700,000. That's the same as you, Teddy, trying to come up with $700,000. That's the same degree of difficulty. If you get the typical Filipino over here, it's almost impossible. Which would be almost impossible for you unless you're earning that kind of money. You got that type of money in equity in your home. You can get a loan. Other than that, man, it's going to be impossible for you to come up with $700,000. It's not going to happen. He said it's like paying for a $1 hooker times 10. But see, if you said that, man, you will get your head cut off over here. if you really said that, it's like paying for a $1 hooker. Yeah. Yeah, but see, here's the thing though. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Men are cowards. Why would I care about, do you realize what I deal with, D Hicks, on a daily basis? Not just, you got to get to the point where you don't care what people say. Number one. Number two, a lot of people, they're invisible. They're just hiding behind a profile. Why should you care what some stranger says, hiding behind a profile that you'll never meet in your life? That's all I'm saying. He says, I never gave any money to women in the U.S. For some strange reason, I didn't mind sending a few dollars to the Philippines. It doesn't make sense. What changes our behavior when we date abroad? See, this is what the answer, this is the $64,000 question, Don. Why do we do it, but nobody wants to answer that question? We'll say, like Matt, he says, oh, well, she gives me 15 minutes of good FaceTime attention every day. Yeah, but that doesn't tell us why you send it. Laura said, maybe we want to be a savior. I think that's closer to what's going on than anything, but we'll never, no, it's a whole lot more than that. I love LaChine. You're talking about 70,000. He says 1,200 in U.S. currency. No, it's going to be 10 times that. 12,000. Okay, fix your calculator, bro. Because now, hey, what's up, Dave? It's my buddy, man, from New York. He said, hey, brother Cal, good topic. Hey, Beach of Life, how you doing? Every time I go to La Lucha, which me and Marilyn went, I think about you two guys. I'm almost sure that's the first time I ever went. But yeah, thanks, Don Ridgway, for that comment. Most of us, it's like Retire 2019 says, I never give a woman money. Yeah, because you're dealing with women over there. That's your culture. But over here, for some reason, we don't have a problem doing it. I mean, just more than you could ever imagine. So is the juice worth the squeeze? If it is, then whose business is it? If you think, hey, sending her 700,000 was worth the 2 weeks he spent with her, he said it made me feel alive again. He said, I got 2 baby mamas and 4 children. I've made mistakes, but I'm trying to be a better person, guys. Honesty is the key to life. It is. It really is, because a good name is worth more than gold. A reputation is what is all that a lot of us really have. We don't have a whole lot. Yeah, he says 700,000, $12,231.35 over there. But over here is 700,000 pesos, which would be 6 years of work if she had a job earning 10,000 per month. Then, okay, add to that equation, Big J64, the fact that the 10,000 she's earning, none of it is saved. So she would never have 700,000 in her hand unless he gave it to her. It's a lot of money here, man. No matter how you cut it up and chop it up. Yeah. Yeah, well, the average salary here, the average. I'm talking about real jobs, though. $250 per month. That's real jobs. Not 2/3 of the people over here work under the table. They don't have what's considered a real job, where, taxes is taken out and all that. So it's a tremendous amount of money. It's like you trying to come up with $700,000. You wouldn't be able to do it with your salary, because most people watching this now don't have $700,000 in the bank unless you got some type of 401k that's been collecting interest and being reinvested and all of that. You're just not going to be able to save that kind of money from your salary. Mm-hmm. He said the Philippines got that magic touch. He can get you from long distance. Yeah, that's crazy. It is crazy. He said, if I was an expat travel, remember the TV show in the late 70s, The Incredible Hulk? I changed my name in every country location. I visit like the dude David was doing. Yeah, keeping like a low profile. He was more like a backpacker. But I'm telling you that these countries, most of them, are everything the people say they are. But once you start getting in relationships, man, you muddy the water. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. It's not the same. Just the few days when I'm in Cebu, imagine if I was traveling all around, man, my whole channel would change. But I'm going to start traveling more. But imagine if I could get around, man, to these other cities, Manila more often. Like I'll be in Dumaguete, but like Cebu and Davao and General Santos, man, my whole channel would morph into something totally different. He said, facts, Alex. None of that baby oil over here. No Diddy. Now, foolishness, it is. It's freak offs over here. They waiting for you. Like that man said today, the only reason why we ain't having freak offs because we don't have the money. He said, we're no more, people acting all shocked. And I got to agree with him. You're not shocked for real that this shit's going on. We know that it's been going on. And then he said something else that always comes out. Oh, we've known he's been doing it for all this time. And yet they let it continue. How many times have you heard people say that? Especially about Diddy. It just goes to show you our attention span over there and what we're really tuned into. That you have legitimate news agencies, man. Okay, imagine all the shit that's going on in the world. Stephen A. now, he's supposed to be a damn sports reporter. He's reporting on Diddy just about every day. Yeah, if you got money, you can have freak offs. You're going to have 2 or 3 women, 4 or 5 women, and they're going to look a lot better. And maybe they're OnlyFans and all that. You see where now they're trying to drag Kanye in. See, if they can't get you any other way, they can get you like that. See, I'm thinking about doing a video about that because it happens over here. You got to start having women sign consent letters. Letters of consent are, yeah, that this is consensual. Otherwise, man, you're going to set yourself up for trouble. Because when they start pulling out that, oh, he raped me stuff over here, man, you don't want that over here. I mean, you're really going to be in trouble. You're damn right. That's a damn good job over here. He says it's better to pull out 50,000 pesos at once. Well, you can't do that at once over here. Most ATMs only allow you 10,000 pesos per transaction. So you have to do that 5 times. Pay 5 times the fee. BPI allows you to do 20,000 per transaction. But you still pay the fee. But no. The best thing to do, well, if you're on vacation and you're going to be here 2 weeks, just bring the money with you. You don't have to go to the ATM. But if you're going to live over here, wait till you're here long enough to get that ACR card, open you up a bank account. Those ATM fees are going to kick your butt. If I go to the ATM with my debit card is expired, by the way. That's another reason I really going to have to go home. All my credit cards expired. I just use them online for like Airbnb and all that, right? But if I used that card and went to the ATM, it would be almost $15, $14 and something. That's crazy money, man. So what do you mean, 50,000 a week? You'd be shocked how fast that goes. But you should be able to. I mean, if you're on somewhere like, okay, say for instance, if you go to Panglao Beach in Bohol and you're hanging out at the beach, you spend less money. It's only when you're roaming around do you spend a lot of money. If you get somewhere in a place and set still, like you're on a resort or something like that, you're going to spend less money. Every time I go to Cebu, man, I'm spending, you can ask Merlin, the money we spend on taxis and Grab, man, it's ridiculous. Just in one day, because you're going to go several places. Okay, so if I go, say for instance, we went to SM Mall. What was that? 160 something pesos, right? Then you got to come back. Then you're probably going to go somewhere else to eat. So yeah, 50,000 should do you good if you're on a resort or if you're at the beach somewhere where you can just lounge out. You really don't have to spend any money only to eat. Maybe buy you some cold drinks or something. It's good, but I'd say have at least $1,000, which right now would be 57,000 pesos for every week you're going to be here. Now that's not including your accommodations. That's separate because you're just gonna, when you get over here, man, you're just gonna be compelled to spend. I mean, unless you're just gonna be bored. He says 700,000 is 58,333 monthly. That's 4 times to 5 times the monthly salary of the vast majority of Filipinos. Yeah, it's a lot more than that, really. We pay our helper 6,000 per month. This is what I'm telling you. The majority of people you see working over here, they're earning like that. And that's because we gave her a raise. We gave her 50% raise. We were paying her 4,000 per month, now 6,000. Okay? That's just how it is. So that would be 10 times her salary. Imagine coming over and giving our helper, which she doesn't work on Sunday, 700,000 or 58,000 a month. She'd still be owing people. The more money, more problems, the more you're going to spend. Yeah, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something because we've gotten to the point, man, we're so vulnerable now with these women. If all they can say, yeah, he sexually assaulted me. Now I see where R. Kelly's daughter saying he sexually assaulted her. But if you read what she's saying, well, that millisecond changed her life. Like, what do you mean a millisecond? What did he do in a millisecond that would constitute sexual assault? I'm not saying he didn't do it, but it's just, man, I'm going to tell you, man, it's just too broad right now. I don't even like to be around little kids and stuff like that. I mean, that's from a long time ago, scaring me. Remember when all them, was that out in California where that daycare, all of them were accused of sexually molesting children. Come to find out they were being led, the children were being led on by the prosecutors and everything. Every last one of those people were guilty. See, that scared me then. I don't want to be around nobody else's children really, but my own that I'm responsible for. But yeah, you can get in big trouble over here. Yeah, it's $250 per transaction cost. That's on the Philippine bank side. Then your bank's going to charge you. Then they're going to charge you this old bogus international fee that they charge me. Yeah, but most of us don't even invest. He says, I don't know. I'd rather invest my money than give it away to a woman I've never seen before. I think I love money more than women. You know, hindsight is always 2020. He said, y'all ain't getting no damn contract saying stop it. Yeah, we got to find some kind of way though. So do we tell the woman, hey, I'm going to film it, Alex? Because I'm going to tell you, man, and nowadays, it's real simple to get you and say, yeah, he raped me. Now the woman saying, oh, yeah, she was with Kanye. Now she's the OnlyFans model. Now she's with Kanye. See, they're acting like in 2024, there's no groupies. Well, whatever, you know, imagine if all the women came for back in the day, you know, chasing these basketball players and, you know, entertainers and everyone. They're groupies, man. Now they're trying to get paid for that. These men aren't, man. Kanye West and all those guys, man, you know, I wouldn't put it past them, man, but they don't have to do it. Let me put it like that. You know, now the woman says, oh, yeah, she went to a recording session with him and Diddy was there. You know, like, lady, what are you doing up there with them guys? They're way up there in the music industry and all that. And celebrities and all that. Well, what you think you're going to get a free ride? Why are you there? And they drugged her drink. Lady, you fry on drugs anyway, the way she looked. He says Kamala Harris in one of those freak out videos. I heard politicians was in them too. Well, you know, Diddy was friends with Barack Obama. You know, I'm not saying and Michelle Obama, all of them. Yeah, well, this is true. Yeah, you can't even, you know, that's why I got off. I'm really off Facebook. Every now and then I'll make a post, but the only reason I'm on there, and I may get off now because Marilyn, I've got her on the Sunshine Shoulders. See, I had to keep a profile open and I'm up for my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on there. I mean, God forbid that you like a post of somebody, because over here, Facebook is something totally different than it is in my country. It's like the Bible over here. And people be fighting on Facebook over here like they do there, but I just don't take it that serious, man. But yeah, you're right. He said, one thing I know is the Filipinos are very sneaky. They will go through all your friends on Instagram just to see if you like any of the girls' pictures. Some will even write the Filipinos to see if you know her. It's two sides to the story. But see, nobody really tells the Filipina side. So she's kept in the dark from us for real. We don't really know a lot about them like they know about us. We know very little about them because they're not putting that type of information out. They're just putting out that general information. Is that smart of them? I don't know, but it's a good game plan. But so we know nothing about them. You got to come all the way over here to really get any kind of information. Hey, Eric Powell, thanks for that super chat. He said, remember, when men could ruin a woman's reputation by saying she slept with someone out of wedlock. That's all reversed. He said, women are ruining men with just their words. Yeah, it's gotten so pitiful, Eric, and I think you can agree with me, that men are being convicted on a woman's dreams in America. That she remembered something 30 years ago, 40 years ago, in Bill Cosby's case 50 and 60 years ago, man. When is it going to stop? Like I said, look, Thomas Jefferson, raped my great-great-grandmother. Do we take him out of history? How far do you go back? And then Moments with Mitch said they're going to start convicting you in the future based on shit you might do in the future. That's coming, man. I see it. Yeah. Thank you, Webster. He says, you're talking about the McMartin preschool case. The kids were claiming animal sacrifices and such were being performed in the classrooms. Yeah. And this is what scared me straight about being around anybody's children. If you want my children or grandchildren, stay over there. Because it's so easy. And then once your reputation, once you've been put through the ringer, that's just something that it's just like somebody saying, oh yeah, you got AIDS, or he's gay, or yeah, he's a child molester, man. Once they put that out there on you, man, and you're all in the paper, and you can never get that back, man. You can never rein that in. Yeah, him and Diddy were tight. You can't tell me that a lot of these guys, especially with Epstein, man, when Clinton was president, Epstein had direct access to him. And they're saying, how could that be? Why would the Secret Service allow that to happen? You're not supposed to have access to him like that. A lot of these people, man, they were so glad that the Epstein thing really died. And the woman went to jail without really divulging any information, man, because they're on there. They're in there. All the names, and then, like I said, Alan Dershowitz, he claimed he got a massage, but he kept his underwear on and all that stupid stuff, man. They got a pass. These guys didn't get any pushback on that. Going onto that island with him and everything he's supposed to have been doing over there. Knowing good and well Clinton's a freak, but they get no pushback on that. He said, every time I try to jump off the hamster wheel, they throw more money at me and I wade deeper into the matrix. Yeah, but you were retired at one time. You came out of retirement. You like Tom Brady. Robert, you came out of retirement. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, conviction for future crime. Yeah, I like the movie Minority Report. It's coming, man. Because we're standing by and letting people get prosecuted for this stuff The people aren't standing up. I mean, what are the charges really against Diddy? That's some broad charges they got him under. And, the FBI and all these federal agents, man, they're releasing this information. This man will never get a fair trial. Now they're saying that the baby oil had something in it. That's what was knocking people out. And then, they're trying to say that Damon Dash is dry snitching and saying that Diddy and him was spiking the Ciroc in the parties. He said, because then if you were he says, that's why I never drank. He said, because I guess that would be considered rape. He said, if a man wakes up and he's been violated, yeah, well, if you're a man and you've been violated like that, why wouldn't you go right to the police? Why would you hold that in for all that time? Oh, fuck that, man. I don't buy that shit. If you do me like that, man, I'm going to the police. Okay, because I'm a victim now. It's not like I voluntarily let you go up in me or something like that. Hey, he said, Big J64 said, hey, Cal, I'm coming to the Philippines next March, and hopefully I can get a chance to meet you. Yeah, man, hopefully you can make it to one of the meet and greets. Everybody saw that last meet and greet, man. TJ was responsible for that. The only time my meet and greets even resemble that, just a tiny bit, is when I have them here in St. Carlos City. He went way, man, that was the best meet and greet. That's probably the best gathering I've been to since I've been in the Philippines. Man, that ambiance and that whole atmosphere, man, was lit. I mean, I can't thank him enough for doing that. I was so shocked when I went up there because I'm like, well, hell, how much does everything cost? It was all free. But I can tip my hat to people. The only people that got drunk was just a few women, and that's because they don't drink that much. Nobody took advantage of that. What's up, Patrick P. Money BlackRock? Now, see, this is the guy who created that theme song for me. Everybody's like, well, who's the woman and all that? I was like, no, Patrick P. Money BlackRock did that for me. He just did it. He knows how to use that AI. He said, greetings to you, brother, in the chat from lovely, what's that, Hat Thailand? Yeah, that's what always happens. You can get a child to say, as little as those children were, yeah, an accusation is enough, man, to ruin you. That's what I was telling you guys. I'm glad you brought this up, Jacob. When I said they wanted me deported, they knew that if they put that out there in front of the Philippine authorities, well, they thought it was going to ruin me. But one thing I like about the Filipinos is, and the culture is, they don't have a council culture over here. If that kind of charges are placed against you in America, man, they're going to put you in the newspaper on the news. Yeah, he had a massage with underwear on. But he can't be trusted, man. I watched debates with him years ago. He plagiarized his whole damn book, one whole damn book, and the other guy who's debating him, went page after page after page and everything. And he's just sitting there denying it. I'm like, how's this guy even still on television? Why do people even, why is his credibility the way that it is? Yeah, but I'm saying Epstein had direct access to Clinton, because this is one of the stories that Alan Dershowitz told. They were on uh, Martha Vineyard having dinner with Clinton. all of a sudden the phone rings. They give it to Clinton. He spoke to Jeffrey Epstein for 20 minutes on the damn phone. Yeah, guilty. Yeah. See, well, it's a double standard. I was talking about this last time. It's certainly a double standard. So even allow Trump to run for president after all he's been through, man, it's a stain, man, on the record of America, of all the other stains that they got on their damn record. He said, I'd like to make it to the meet and greet. Yeah, we're going to have one in the next month or so. Probably here, because, when you go to those other places, man, you have to, it's just like when we had the Morning Glory Grill, man, a lot of people showed up. But then the damn people said the next time we want to use it, we only get 2 hours. And can we not be so loud? And it just tripped me out, man. I'm like, wow, we sold that place out, man. They probably, even though it's a popular place, for that time of the day, there's no way they get those receipts like that. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, he's coming for 3 weeks. That's a good enough time. Yeah, but they giving her to. You see what happened to Piers Morgan? Had her on there, and they hurry up. Jay-Z and Beyonce hurry up and sent him a cease and desist order, and a lot of that interview is gone from his channel. She's just accusing everybody. No kind of proof. What's up, Thomas? What time is it, Travels? Yeah, she just running her mouth, man. Even if it's true, like, damn, lady, you was in there. You complicit then. Why you coming forward now? Just like that Gene Deal guy that supposed to be now. He was a bodyguard for Puffy back in the 90s. They talking to him like, he's the detective now. I mean, he's the bodyguard now. And if you looking at all this stuff, you watching it, you complicit. Yeah, man, I know it's some good games on. I usually watch the highlights because everybody's waiting on that Dion game tonight. Monroe Anderson, man, he's at the game. That's a lot of money to spend on a college game, man. Plus, you got to realize he got to buy his plane ticket. He's coming from Houston, Texas. He's flying out to Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, he says secret video or audio recording is the only way to protect yourself. Excuse me, but you can't secretly record people. That's a crime. He said a consent letter wouldn't hold up. She could just say you pressured her to sign it. Yeah. But I mean, you have to let them know some kind of way because it's just too easy now. It's too easy. And with R. Kelly, they were just hell bent on getting him, and they just gave him enough rope to hang himself because he beat that case a long time ago, and he should have been like, man, look, they watching me. He couldn't help himself. But even then, when they took him to court, they had to change the law. They had to allow evidence in there that under normal cases didn't meet the statute of limitations. The statute of limitations had run out on them. He said, funny how whenever these black men wants to own something of importance, all kinds of hell breaks loose. MJ, Prince, Bill Cosby, now Diddy. Jordan is suing NASCAR Watch out, he might be next. What's Jordan trying to do? Be an owner or something? Yeah, yeah. Alan got the lady to say it might not have been him that she gave the massage, and she signed the paper stating that. Yeah, but he was there though. He admits he got a massage there, just not with that lady. He's vehemently saying that, oh, I got it from, she was 43. He said, yeah, right. Like you asking women how old they are. Jeffrey Epstein had no 43-year-old women other than that woman, his girlfriend. He like young women, but he's gonna hire an old woman for him. Bullshit. Yeah, you know, what can you say about this Trump? What can you say about this Trump, man? He's getting all kinds of, they just like they trying to put him in there. Only good thing about it is, yeah, I did too. I watched it. He's lying. He's lying because if you go back and he debated uh Finkel, Finkelstein back in 2003 on Democracy Now. See, Finkelstein is a scholar. Okay, and he said it's embarrassing, man, that you would. He said I wouldn't even admit I wrote this book, and and Dershowitz is on there talking about, yeah, I wrote it word for word. He said I wouldn't admit to that. I'd be embarrassed to. He said, and he put a challenge to him. He said, yeah, show me the manuscript that you wrote it. And that was 20 years ago. He still hasn't produced it. No, no, these were Koreans that said we were too loud. We can't be too loud. But see, now they're saying, they're even trying to say that now another woman's come forward on Deshaun Watson. I'm like, I thought all that was over with him. Now another woman is saying that he, touched her or something. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 7-7 tie. Is that game on? What time did that game come on? That's right, 10:15. He said it's like the video. It's like in the video that Calvin had of the girl who downed several drinks and had no problem. Yeah, yeah. She wasn't even drunk, man. And here's the thing about it: went down to the hotel room and started drinking again, brown liquor. But I've seen this woman put them down. She put them down. She can drink, okay? He said Peyton Manning got a charge doing a massage. He put his private parts on the lady's head. Manning's dad wrote about it in his book, No Charge at All, and he was guilty at the time, early 90s. Y'all remember that. It's supposed to have been the trainer that they investigated it, though, but he was, let off. What's up, Alpina? But yeah, man, he said Michael Jordan is a very powerful douche. Michael Jordan ain't powerful. He ain't got no more power. He got money. He ain't got no power. Michael Jordan does not have power, man. He's got money. That's it. Yeah, you can't be too careful. I'm just saying we're gonna have to come up with something as men to protect ourselves. But you know, you let your guard down and then here comes a woman, what, 30 years later? And say that you did something. Remember when we was in middle school, we run by and hit the girl on the butt and keep going? Man, all of us are guilty of that. That would be sexual assault today. You would go to prison for that today. Period. End of story. If you walked up to some woman and grabbed her bun and kept going, like we used to do in the 6th grade, it was just like a joke then, you know, and she would chase you, don't do that, you know, and all that. You would do it without her seeing you, and she's looking around wondering who did it. That would get you sent to prison today. But back then, it was nothing. He says, I patrol the security of a cemetery today, a Catholic cemetery. Do you think there's anything in there that could harm me? It's a real old cemetery going back to the 1800s, established in 1907. You know, they asked the coroner one time. No, not the coroner, but the who's the guy, the mortician in the funeral home, the funeral director. He says, aren't you afraid of dead bodies? He said, no. He says, the live ones I'm afraid of. That's who you should be afraid of, Robert. The live ones, not the dead ones. They're dust, man. They're either part of the damn universe now or they feeding the damn bugs in the ground. You don't have to worry about them. No, they're not going to come back and get you. We know so little about death, man. We make shit up. We so afraid to die, man, that we want it to be true, that when you die, your body, you know, your spirit comes out and you're still the same person. You can see everything. We want that to be true so bad, man. That's our egos. We don't want the party to go on without us. You notice when somebody dies, it's happy heavenly birthday for everybody. Even the cruelest son of a gun. You see it on Facebook. You're like, this guy's a murderer. He sold more drugs and did this and did that, but he's in heaven. Everybody goes to heaven. It's not no happy hell birthday. Even when you go to these funerals, the preacher is compelled to say nothing but good about people. Yeah, we want that to be true so bad. That's why people want to believe in that stuff. That she's watching from heaven. Yeah, it's true, man. You know, you just did that, man. But now you'll go to prison for doing that right now. Yeah, you'll go to prison for that. He said, man, when I was in middle school, we was playing that game and the girl grabbed me too. And we got called to the office and I almost got arrested. That changed my life. Never again. How old are you? Because back in our day, it was just, stop. She'd get mad or something like that. But she never even cared. It was just part of the culture then. It was no big deal. We wasn't raping nobody. We wasn't sexually assaulting anybody. But they changed that definition, man. He said some of the older graves never even used caskets. They just put the body in the ground. Yeah, see, that was one of the reasons why they changed the law where you have to do an autopsy because they were burying people alive. And now they're coming up with something because a lot of times when they would exhume bodies, they would see scratch marks on the casket, on the inside, where people was trying to get out, which is crazy. He said, I don't think Adolf Hitler got that kind of send-off. I don't know. You know, is he the cruelest person that ever lived? I guess it depends on who you talk to. What about the guy over in the Congo responsible for killing all them Africans, 10 million or something? He's hardly in the human psyche. But they got Hitler, they'll place him up there. This guy was cutting off people's arms and legs and everything over. But Hitler, they want you to think that Hitler was the worst human being that ever lived. Hell, look at the atomic bombs we dropped. These were Christians that dropped them damn bombs, and we're justified. You incinerated babies and everything. Damn Truman, he, reading the Bible every day. He said, back in 1959, an older woman pulled my tinky. She was 6. What do you mean she was 6? If she's an older woman. Oh, okay. He said, just watching the live, big bro. Did I miss the do whatever you want to me, lady? No, it was SD was supposed to come on here and talk about his 700,000 peso gift to the Filipina. He chickened out on me. No, it wasn't Idi Amin. It was a white man that killed a bunch of, he took over down in the Congo, some part down there. Yeah. Leopold II killed more than 20 million Africans in the Congo. He was Hitler before Hitler. That's who I'm talking about. This is the guy right here. But see, a lot of people don't have a Hitler to point to. You know, he said, Cal got a rude awakening today. Called myself taking a young lady out today. She got me in my car and told me if we're not going to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, yeah, $150 dinner, my legs staying closed. Well, it was cheap. You get a nice steak dinner and the booty. He said, I was 5. He said, the Spaniards killed 25 million Mexicans in less than 100 years. They would tie them to the pole and let the dogs tear them to pieces. It's so funny that, the Spanish occupied the Philippines for what? 350 years or something like that. And don't you know, the Americans, we killed more Filipinos in our first 4 years than the Spanish did in 350 years. This is history. That's the reason why people over here are still mad at Americans. Down in Mindanao, there's mass graves down there where we were putting thousands of Filipinos. The general at the time gave the order to kill everybody 10 years and older because they thought Filipinos were just going to roll over when America came here. But they start, using guerrilla warfare, killing a lot of soldiers. The general was eventually court-martialed and sent to prison. But he gave that order to kill everybody 10 years and up. And man, they went on slaughter, man. They called it the Asian Holocaust. But you don't you gotta look for that type of information, man. They're not gonna talk about it. A lot of Filipino scholars know about it. Maryland don't know about it. All they know about is MacArthur coming back. I will return. Yeah, that's what they said. What are you talking about, Harry? Yeah, he said yeah, Leopold, yeah. Yeah, the Spanish Inquisition. When Hitler and Stalin were fighting during World War II, in that battle, man, over 1 million soldiers were killed. 1 million, man. It's a lot of people. They were cruel, man. These guys. Paranoid. Yeah, yeah, Mike. That's right. He said, damn, I never heard that in history class. Yeah. And that's why it's kind of shocking. Yeah, it's a lot you wouldn't know. That's why I tell you all the time, I said, Filipinos are so forgiving because what Spain and what America did to Filipinos, imagine we're still welcome over here. Do you think the Nazis would be welcome in what's considered Tel Aviv today? Imagine they showed up over there dating young women and everything like that. I don't think they'd go over too well. He said Pol Pot killed about 3 million. Yeah. It just shows you the brutality of the human creature. We're eventually going to destroy ourselves. But they make Hitler the worst human being that's ever lived. And despite what history says, you know, history says that 100 million Africans died in the Middle Passage, but or was it 10 million? But nobody acts like all that doesn't care. Nobody cares about that because there's no one person they can point to. There is no Hitler. Who's the Hitler? It's always an invisible hand that did that. He said his body was never found. He said two places I like to visit. One is to see where MacArthur returned. Well, that's easy. All you have to do is go to Lady, I believe. Or was it, yeah, it was Lady, right? Or was it Bahal? Because both places I went to, they got a statue of him and some of his soldiers. He says, and Bataan, where they did the Death March. He said, I learned more from reading books than I learned from primary school history classes. Yeah, they cherry pick. They cherry pick. That's just the truth. Yeah, Lady. That's what I thought. He said Hitler may have died in South America. Yeah, who knows? I don't think nobody even cares. He's more like a Bin Laden type guy. Nobody's ever seen his body either. That damn guy Ramzi Yusuf was over here. He should have kept his ass over here. They'd have never found him. He left the Philippines, put the bomb on that Filipino airline, got off in Cebu. Then it was going from Cebu to Japan when it blew up. Killed the one guy. He tried to bring the plane down. It was whole part of a whole scheme, man. They were doing this stuff long before 9/11. They were planning this stuff, bringing out airlines and stuff like that. He said Hemi died in the Spanish flu. They said Hitler killed himself. We'll never know. You know, they said, Osama bin Laden was killed. We never showed his body. I really don't believe anything these government officials say, none of them. I mean, they lie so much, man. All you got to do is watch the news and you'll turn it off, man. You'll be like, wow, these people are lying. It's unbelievable the lies that they tell. We've lost faith in the damn news, the mainstream media, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah, being lied. You know, but here's the thing about it though. Saudi Arabia never got any pushback for that. I love the China. He said, I didn't like how they ceremoniously disposed of bin Laden's body. He didn't care about those 3,000 dead Americans. Those hijackers were Saudi Arabian. They were Saudis. Yeah, I don't trust the news anymore. He said the Russians discovered his body. There's so many, conspiracies and everything. He said, probably a good idea to bring a pregnancy test with you. Yeah, just take her to the doctor. But nobody does that. I mean, that's like blasphemy, Harry Shoulders, when you tell guys to do that. You can't look at a woman and tell if she's pregnant. We're just so gullible over here. We don't even want help. We don't even want help. A lot of men sneak over here. You don't even know they here. So many men, man, and this is pitiful in my eyes. They'll message me when they're back home and say, yeah, I was in, not that you have to check in with me, but you check in with me on my live stream. You email me, and then when you come over here, you don't even say, hey, Cal, I'm over here. You go back home and say, yeah, I was over there for 2 weeks, man. I really enjoyed it, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. I'm like, why are we sneaking over here, man? Uh, He said, just stop by. What happened to Andy Omar? We don't know. He said his whole identity is available online now, even his wife and kids and his Social Security. I have no idea, man. I don't keep up with that stuff, man. I'm too busy living my own life, man. I really don't. I don't know those guys, man. I don't know why that stuff uh, carries so much weight. I don't care about another grown man. I'm too busy living my life. So you stop by to tell us that? I don't know anything about Andy Omar. I've never met him. That's just how it is. He says, you better bring the condoms, Harry. But they don't even want to use that. Yeah, that's what it's all about over in the Middle East. They're going to make those Arab nations angry again, and gasoline is going to be $20 a gallon. And then you people are going to start paying attention to what's going on over there. The genocide and all of that, man. I don't even like to talk about it. It makes me mad. Yeah, they're not gonna want you to use it because this is a Catholic country, and the Vatican frowns against any type of contraceptives. But yet, AIDS is on the rise around the world, and they it's like you got to change your 16th century thinking and start, get away from that old antiquated thinking. Yeah, he said, I appreciate your last video about being in a funk. He said, exercise or even a walk is a great way to get out of those days. We aren't feeling 100%. Yeah, it's just a real life, man. Every day over here is not a party. And that's what I don't understand. When I turn on my YouTube and I look at the videos over here, it's all a big party. And if it's not a party, it's all about the woman. and the relationship. And I'm like, I'm not going to, excuse me, sacrifice my fourth quarter for that. You know, people get sick over here, man. Sometimes, you know, you get up on the wrong side of the bed. You never hear real life stuff over here. It's all too sugary, man. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just so shallow, but I get it, man. You know, if you're gonna be on YouTube over here, you got to talk about that stuff. But you're not gonna be on here long because nobody wants to hear about real life stuff. All they want to hear about is relationships. He found the best woman ever. You know, they want to see you with a Filipino woman. They want to hear about your relationship. They want to see it. They want you to talk about it, how good it is. And it motivates them. It you know, it gives them some confidence that it's going to happen for them. When they're just showing you the good side, man, if you're living with a woman over here, any woman that you're dealing with over here, the culture's so different, man. It's not always like that. I mean, you're not going to argue like you would in America, but it's not always like that, man. You're going to have problems because they're still human beings. Yeah, they, you know, but that's what they tell you. Yeah, Merlin had an allergy. She got an allergy. So we had to go to the doctor. And they gave her medicine, and you know, there was the doctor that they didn't have here. Well, I'm not going to denounce my citizenship. Why would I do that? I just don't like. I don't hate the people. I hate the policy. I'm not gonna. I fought for the country. Well, it looked like denouncing or renouncing is what you're saying. My citizenship. I'm getting ready to get my Social Security. They owe me. Is that you, Booby? Mm-hmm. I'm still down. What's it going to take? It's going to take us demanding better, standing up. You know, we can expect better. This is what I don't understand. If you criticize America, all you're anti-patriotic, renounce your citizenship. Bullshit. I want better. You know, start questioning some of that stuff, man, and foreign policy. It's hypocritical. Okay, what Russia's doing to Ukraine, America's against that. But what Israel's doing over in the Gaza Strip, America's not against that. They're promoting that. Make that make sense to me. It's hypocritical, man. That's all I'm saying. It's the exact same thing. So we're saying, you know, hold these people accountable, but we're not going to do it because we really we don't care enough. But I can expect better from my country I'm not going to renounce my citizenship because no country, then what? Then the next country you go to, you're going to see their fallacies and you're going to keep on renouncing citizenship to the no place left instead of trying to make the place where you're from better. That's the way I see it. He said, I love America. Unfortunately, it's getting expensive to live. It's very expensive to live. I think it's smart to look around at places retired 2019 that aren't as expensive, meaning you can get a break from those high prices. You can make your retirement work in America by not living there 24/7 every single day. You know, it's almost like we need permission to travel and explore, but you don't. You don't even have to tell people why. This is what I was talking about when I said, if you want to relocate somewhere else outside of America, why should I explain to people why I'm doing it? There's no reason for me to explain. I have my reasons. Just respect them. It's disrespectful, in my opinion, to ask a grown man at this stage in his life, 60, 70, 80 years old, why you're doing something. Where you been? What makes you want to do that? It's ridiculous, man. And then when you see these guys apologizing, it's even worse. If you want to get out of America because you feel it's too expensive, do it. Or you disillusioned with the dating or whatever it is, do it. Or you just want to go someplace where your money goes further, do it. Where your value is appreciated. It's more over here. And not just the Philippines, but certainly here. But you got to know the rules of the game. This is what we talk about on my live stream. I want y'all to know the rules of the game. You coming over here. At least know the rules you're going to play. Otherwise, you're going to lose. We're in the fourth quarter. We want to go out strong. The fourth quarter belongs to us, man. The game is almost over. When you going to start playing? The point is to win. That's all I'm saying. That's the only reason I get on here. I try to share it a little bit that I know over here. So your outcome, you have a better outcome for your income, for the money you're spending over here. Hey, the Sigma Enigma. He says, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, I'm down 70 pounds. Wow. He said, being honored to do a workout video with you when I leave the Matrix next year. Man, I would love that. Now, I've had, let's see, 2 people just visited me of all the people, and they worked out with me. One was, what's his name? He's got a place in, I believe in Angeles City, somewhere in Metro Mill and Cebu. And because he came, and then the guy that just left here, Julian, he's like a boxer. But yeah, it's fun when you can go to the gym with somebody, man, and show them, what I do. I do it on a daily basis, really. I do some type of physical activity. Either walking, I either do my routine, or I go to the gym. But it's only for fitness. I'm not trying to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or anybody like that. Hey, Will, thanks for that super sticker. It's all about fitness with me. Now, when I go to the gym, those guys and girls in there, they're trying to, they're bodybuilding. But I'm not bodybuilding. Yeah, thank you, Will. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're in hey, Filipina blogger. Now, she's in DePola. This is another underestimated place. I like DePola. Although I only go there, Filipino blogger, on my way to the Peton, or vice versa from, I'll catch the bus in DePola, maybe going down to Zamboanga or somewhere like that. I don't think I've ever really stayed there for the whole night. But I spent a couple of hours and everything there. But yeah, she's been a vlogger for a long time. She says she's watching from DePola. This is a place where you should go. It's a lot of foreigners there, right? Filipino vlogger. He said, at my age, I work out to get through the workout. Yeah, man. You be sore, dude. I'm telling you. He says, what do you think about Chiang Mai, Thailand? I've never been there. I went to Bangkok and patio, man. And I loved it. I really did. It was really a change of pace. I mean, it really was. You know, Thailand just doesn't have the American influence that the Philippines has. And I think that's the reason why a lot of Americans like it here. Because people always ask you, well, why do you like that place so much? I don't really know, to be honest with you. I just know I like it. And I was talking to John Smulo about that, and he said the same thing. He said when he came here, it was just something that grabbed a hold of him. He liked it. He can't really put it into words, and neither can I. But yeah, you'll like it in Thailand. It's really nice. And visiting Thailand, it sort of woke me up to a lot of what I'm missing here. See, I love to read, man. There's no real good bookstores here. Like when I went to Thailand, I was in Bangkok. I was able to buy that Will Smith autobiography. See, that's the type of stuff. If I was there, man, I'd have a whole library of books by now. But here, the National Bookstore has changed so much. It's more of a stationery place where you can buy pens and markers and bond paper and notebooks. It has very little books anymore like it used to. Yeah. And a man is the last thing a woman should worry about. I mean, that comes to you really at birth. My mother told me that years ago. As long as you take care of yourself, you're going to have a woman. And that's why I try to tell you guys, if you're a decent human being, take a bath, put on some clean clothes, you're going to be able to meet a woman over here. I mean, why do we focus so much of our time and our energy on that? I'm not going to reduce my fourth quarter to that and only that. If you really want to see the Philippines, man, you got to travel around. I would stay stuck, man. You know, see, I've got a daughter here, man. I've got a 4-year-old daughter here. I can't travel the way I want to for real. When she wakes up, she really wants to see me here. If we're just gone for one day, man, it's like, I did that to myself, though. So I try to give you, I wasn't always like that, though. I'm telling you, when you really enjoy the Philippines, you got to get out and see the Philippines. I wouldn't stay stuck in one place. It's too many places to see, man. If you want to spend less money, go to the beach. That's where you spend less money. It's beautiful there, man. I mean, you go to one of these nice beaches and just lounge around, man. People watch. Catch that breeze coming off the ocean. Have a few drinks at one of the bars or something like that. Mango shake or something like that. That's how I love to spend my vacation days. Just lounging around. You may have a book. You might be with your girlfriend, whatever it is. That's how you save money over here. You stay in Cebu, you're going to spend money. Them taxis and grabs and those restaurants, man, the food is just ridiculously expensive, man. But you got to eat. Yeah, yeah. But, if you criticize America now, you're unpatriotic. You're not a patriot. It doesn't matter that you fought for the country. You put your life on the line for the country. You can't say anything about it. Oh, renounce your citizenship. Really? Why do they even have elections? Because the politicians, even though they're lying, they're telling you that we're going to improve the country. I'm going to do more than what this other person over here is doing. Oh, she said, no, it's rare seeing foreigners here in the Poland. I thought somebody told me that's a popular place for foreigners there. He said the Zamboanga del Norte is very nice. Yeah, you're right. I've rode that whole thing on the bus. It's a long ride, man. I mean, it's really, really long. From Zamboanga all the way to Japola. It's about 9 hours. But that's how you get basically to Dumageddon. Then you go to the Peton, which is like 10 minutes from the Polo, where you catch the fast cat to Dumaguete. It takes 3 hours. They say Tagalog is in the top 5 languages spoken in the United States. Well, I would agree because what is it? English, Spanish. You remember there's over 5 million Filipinos in America now. Yeah, Cagayan de Oro is really nice. He said, "Bro, Cal, you're so right. You cannot the cultural differences between you cannot overstate the cultural differences between you and the Philippines." But people don't understand that. It's a big deal, man. You don't understand because a lot of times it's just how they are. You can't knock them for it, but at some point they turn into your grandmother. Did you eat? Did you know? It's just a lot that goes on here that we should know about that we don't even try to know about, and then they're not going to tell you about. The only thing they'll tell you about it is tempos. Like, why don't you tell me the cheat code over here and some of the insider secrets and the shortcuts and all that? That's what I need to know. That's the information we need over here. And, about the culture so that I won't offend people when I'm not even trying to offend people. See, with us, it's trial and error. For a long time, I didn't even realize that when you raise your voice, so this is just how I am. But when I raise my voice like I'm talking now on my live stream, it offends people over here. It hurts their feelings. It happens all the time with Merle and whoever I'm dealing with. They think that, you know, it's that they place a whole different meaning on top of it. Like I'm trying to be mean or something when I'm not. See, that's the stuff we need to know, but nobody wants to tell us that. All they want to tell us is stuff we already know. Why do Filipinos date older men? Duh, I think I know that. And all that stuff. What Filipinos like in bed, when it should be what don't they like in bed? And all that crazy stuff. See, when you start talking about the culture and all that, now you become human to me. But when all we talk about is sex and all that stuff, we kind of dehumanize each other. And I guess that's what makes it okay to use people. You got to dehumanize them first. And damn foreigners, they just want to come over here and take advantage of women, and this and that, right? So the women don't feel bad when they take your money. Then with us, we turn around. All these Filipinos, all they want is our money and, to use us, so now we talk them down just so we won't feel so guilty about doing the things we do when we come over here. But we had Filipino vloggers and Filipino vloggers that really educated us about the country. Instead of me, I shouldn't be educating people on the Philippines. I know so little about it. But I got to try to do my best because they're not giving us anything at all. The only channels you see like that are pure Filipino channels. They're speaking in Tagalog and Bisaya and everything like that. They're not trying to reach a Western audience. The people who are trying to reach a Western audience know that they're doing that for the money. But when you try to talk to them and say, hey, why don't you do this? They won't do it. They're going to go with the tried and true. Okay? That's what they're going to go with. Yeah, it's 5 million. It may be more. There's more Filipinos in America than it is anywhere else. Filipinos anywhere else around the world. I think it's like 30,000 in Israel. You know, yeah, see, but we don't. Don't you think I love the challenge that they probably think we already know about dating, but they keep on talking about it. You know, a lot of this stuff, man, I was telling John Smulo, I said, man, a lot of stuff that you say, man, it's just so cringy. But you have to say it because otherwise, nobody else is going to say it, you know. This dating thing, man, so much more about the Philippines than women and relationships. I mean, so much more, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be here, man. I'm not lying to you. But that's all y'all want to talk about. For the most part, yeah. But you know, let's talk about what we want though, Kevin. That's what I'm saying. You can't put it all on the Filipina. There's a reason we're coming over here, but we're so ashamed to say it, so we abide by the unspoken agreement. That's why they call it the unspoken agreement. Because if you went around saying what you really wanted, it would be cringy, man. You wouldn't be able to do it. You know, but we're always talking about what they want us for. What do we want for them? Can you say it? No, you're ashamed to say it. But when you say, oh, yo, Philippines, you know, they only want you for your money. Okay, yeah, that's fair. And you say transactional. Okay, what's the transaction then? If they want you for money, what do you want? Because the initial interest is money. It's up to you. It's up to us to take it from finance to romance. If you can't do that, you can't blame the Filipina. And sometimes you can never do it because they just aren't into you like that. I mean, it's hard. We try to make these women out of something they're not. Okay. It's hard for a 20-year-old woman, a 25, a 30-year-old woman, man, to love a 70 or 75-year-old man. I mean, what makes you think she's going to love you like that? Yeah, she'll love you like her grandfather, a member of the family, or something like that. Love is broad. But you think she's going to really be romantically into you? You're crazy, man. You're only fooling yourself. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, then you're going to have to close that age gap. You know, if you're 70, then, yeah, a 50-year-old woman probably would love you for you over here because it's crickets with a lot of them. Man, if you saw the women, the older women over here, majority of them, man, are single, man. They're lonely. They don't have anybody. So if that's your demographic, man, you're going to have a whole different story to tell about women over here. But that's not your demographic. You want them much younger than that. You got to realize, man, I'm 61. Merlin's mother's only 68. Okay, but it's crickets for her. Somebody dating her, courting her. My my helper is 60. There's no one dating or courting her, man. And I would be safe to say if a woman was 50, there wouldn't be anyone dating or courting her unless she's already been married. So you go to the younger women and then we expect the impossible. You expect a 20-year-old, like I said, the guy was 70, the woman's 19. You don't think she's going to run off with your money, man? You don't think she's going to sell the motorcycle you bought her? Because she don't respect you. She don't love you. She certainly don't respect you. The land that he bought her, she sold that because she don't respect you. Or have a Filipino boyfriend because they don't respect you, man. It's a game to them, to a lot of them. So if you know that going in, man, your choices are a lot better. If you're 40-something years old, then yeah, you could have a 20-something-year-old woman who's probably going to be into you. You know, provided you're a decent man and everything, you know. and you can make that transition. But our expectations are just too high over here. That's just my opinion. But to always put it on the woman, um, it's unfair. Because we want something. Just come out and say it. You want the sex. That's what you want. He said, Calvin, you're getting a tune-up deli. Most men want the same thing. Yeah. Well, if you want it over here, you got to pay for it, basically. And that's not, see, that's what we want. Retire 2019, but we're not going to say it. We're going to keep saying, oh, the Filipino wants my money. Well, what do you want? There's a reason you're coming all the way over here. Just say it so you can get it. Because she thinks she knows already. But that's the advantage that they have over us. They know what they want and they get it. That's universal law right there. There's something called definiteness of purpose, a definite purpose. But we can't tell you what we want, so we don't get it a lot of times. Or we only get that. Yeah, but you know, see, I'm not afraid to tell women what I want. I tell them that before I even meet them. So that way, if you got a problem with it, man, you know, I can go to the next person because I know that you want my money, you want my financial help. Okay, you're going to get that, but guess what? I got to get something in return if it's going to be that way. This is before we even know whether or not we're going to connect. This is during the dating process online. You got to let them know. You can't be playing around. They can't read your mind. There's subtle things you can say. That's all I'm saying. But you know, we always want to say, "Oh, she wants my money," but you never say what you want to say. He said, "I came to realize I cannot live permanently in the Philippines. I would be just like the guy in Vietnam said. Why would you want to live anywhere permanent? You're retired now. That's why you're getting away from your home country. You don't want to live there permanently. Why not move around? Especially over here, man. The places are so close together. You know, I basically tied my hands right now. You know, but somebody who's just venturing over this way, like the guy said, he's going to Thailand, Bali, which is Indonesia. Then he's coming to the Philippines. Well, why not do Vietnam? Why not do Malaysia? Why not do Cambodia while you at it? You could do 2 months in all those places and still be within their immigration. Especially over here, you wouldn't need the exit clearance. And just make that loop like that. That would be the life, really. That would be the life. Calvin, if you were in the USA, what would your age range be? I know what I like, but honestly, man, it would be in the 50s. You know, I would have to, you know, get what I could get. It's usually going to be somewhere around my age. I mean, that's just being honest. Okay, when I was dating the Cuban woman, let's see, how old was I? That was 2013. So that would have meant I was what, 50? She was 49. See? And I didn't have a problem with that. Even though I was dating women over here half her age. But we're in a whole different culture. So, you know, if I can't get what I want in America, whatever it is, I got to leave then. You know, it's like I talk about living on that dot, retired 2019. Most of us live our entire lives on a dot, on a grain of sand of all the beaches of life. That's why we're frustrated. That's why we're not happy. We can't find what we want on that little dot. What you're looking for is somewhere out here, more than likely. And I figured that out a long time ago. But remember early on in this live stream, I said that I had the courage and the resources to get out here and look. A lot of people don't have the courage, the resources are both. But yeah, I would be dealing with somebody in the 50s, I'm sure of that. I would be unhappy with it too. After what I've been dealing with for the last 15 years, I mean, I wouldn't be happy, but I'm not going to be by myself. He said it's all about the money for them, so they're telling us what we want to hear. But it would be nice if they would tell us the truth. And let us tell them the truth, Mike. What do you want a young woman for if you're 60 years old? Why would you be over here wanting a 25-year-old woman? Can you really tell her why you want her like that? Instead of the bullshit that you hear us say, oh, I want a traditional woman, that's bullshit. You want the sex, man. You want the young tenderoni and what they offer, guys. So if we're not going to tell her the truth, what makes you think she's going to tell us the truth? You know why you want these women over here? They say that prayer, the sex pet prayer. Yeah, men should be direct. They know they're going to blow the back out D Hicks over here, so they pray and ask for what they got called a premeditated forgiveness. Dear Father, forgive me. I haven't had sex in a long time. I'm going over here and blow her back out. I know I've fallen short of the glory of your son Jesus, but hell, I need this piece. Amen. That's what they do over here. Yeah, the sex pet prayer. Because I'm just talking real life, man. Guys be doing that. There's people over here now, okay, they're preachers. But when they first got over here, man, they was not married to the girl. And they're having the freak offs. But they're men of the cloth at home. And once they get over here, they put that Bible in the drawer and shut it. And it's a freak off. And then they ask for forgiveness before and after. Please forgive me. I know I've fallen short of your son Jesus, but I'm going to break her pelvic. Yeah, I ain't had no nookie in a while. Yeah, but see, this is what we're talking about, though, Cedric. We're quick to say what the Filipino wants. He said, okay, Cal, glad you're bringing up the need to say what you want, as far as a man, before you meet in person. Tall order for Western men, though. We need to get with the program, absolutely. And that's the program. You already set the table right there, man. Do you think if I'm chatting with a woman already, you think I'm going to come all the way over here without that guarantee? That's what the unspoken agreement is. You say something subtle like, yeah, well, it's been a while since I've been with a woman. I hope that we could go on vacation together for, while I'm here, right? How much time are you going to spend with me when I'm here? And she's going to say, I'll meet you at the airport. That basically is her opening the door for that. But if you never say it, she's not going to meet you at the airport, first of all. You're going to come over here. It's all going to be clumsy. I'm just telling you that there's a script over here already, Cedric. That's why I tell you guys about the script. So that you can go on and, play your role in the stage play. Because the script, every woman I've ever dealt with over here, it all went the same way. There was never any difference with anybody. They're all for it, okay? They know the rules of that game. You have to know the rules. You take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. Everything. You want to go to Boracay? Okay, I'm going to take care of that. Do you need, new underwear and bras? Yeah. Do you need panty liners, pads, feminine wash? Do you need whatever you need? Clothes, flip flops. Do you want to take a trip to the um, province and see your family? You're going to take care of all that. Then while you're there with the family, you're going to buy the lechon and all of that. The red horse. All that you got to do, because when you get back to the hotel, then that's time for her to fulfill her unspoken agreement. It's just how it is. And then at the whole time, you're bonding. You're seeing, okay, is this really going to work, or is it just a freak out? And for a lot of us, it works out. Hey, D Hick, thanks for that super chat. He said, wait. He said, yo, thanks. I need to hear the prayer before I go to sleep. Yeah, it's crazy, man, but it's true. And that's why people, they like that. They know I'm telling the truth because they know we're doing it, brother. Yeah, I mean, they say what the Filipino wants. Let them know up front. They already know, though, but they want to, it's better if you say it. Yeah. He said, hey, I love my wife. I came back March every year. She is tight on the money. I feel always perfect. Okay, y'all live together. So y'all come back every year, or you come back every year. Y'all don't live together? Hey, thanks, D Hicks. Take care. Oh, okay. How many days see you home for good? Yeah, you got skins in the game. I just wouldn't. I don't do the long distance thing. I've never done it. I don't see any point in it. What's up, Saran? A lot. How's that house coming along? He said, "Yeah, the red horse." Yeah, because how many times have I done it before? It's never deviated from the script. It's always been the same. They're gonna wait for you at the hotel. I mean, at the airport with that little bag that they've got. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. And then you go back to the hotel and you're gonna pretend like you've been knowing each other forever. They have that talent, man. It's something about them that I really like because I'm shy, really. That's why you never see me pushing up on some woman in the street. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna take the easy soft away. But Filipinos, they'll put you at ease like that. They'll make you think that you've been knowing them for a long time. And somewhere along the line, from the airport to the hotel, you have a name change. It goes from Calvin to Honey. Hey, Eric, thanks for that super sticker. That's just part of the script. And then she wants you to continue the script. If you're going back home, you're supposed to start sending money back. So the next time you come, you're going to keep doing that until you bond and you form a relationship. But that foolishness about coming over here one time and then going back, sending money, filing for the visa and all that, I wouldn't suggest that. I suggest you do it over and over until you know what you got. Hey, yeah, I like Nashville, man. It's about 165 miles from Louisville. I've driven through there so many times. Okay, he said I'll send some pics later, building stairs. See, he's building a house over here, but he's got experience in that kind of stuff. He's basically his own engineer. What's up, Kamal? Yeah, but we act like we don't know the rules of the game, Thomas, but we do. So we feel ashamed about it because we're coming from a whole different culture. There's no shame in their game. Yeah, there's no shame in the game, man. They'll turn you out, man. It's happened to the best of us. You heard the man who's supposed to have been on my live stream today, what he said. He said that she did things that no one's ever done for him. She made him feel alive again. That's why he sent the 700,000. Whenever she asked, he had no defense. But thank y'all so much for stopping by, man. We're taking the kids to City Mall today. We take them, whenever we take them on Sunday, and they play the games and they collect tickets. They got a big old bag of tickets so they can buy some stuffed animals or whatever it is they want to buy. But we usually do it on Sunday. We do grocery shopping on Sunday. But I appreciate all your super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. I really do, man. And remember, if y'all want to join the fourth quarter, that's what I'm naming my channel members now, man. We're gonna start having some fun with that. You know, we're taking charge of our fourth quarter. This is our time. The game's almost over, but we're playing to win. So take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.